All right, today I want to go over how we're going to add some new content to the Pelican Custom Pro cases. So this is the Pelican shop, and this is Custom Pro Cases, the new website that's replacing the Pelican shop. So both sites are still functional while we move content over. And within one section of this page, we have a thing called case studies. And in this case studies, we have a little video and talk about this little story. But what we missed in getting it all installed is up on so this is the existing site that the new Custom Pro has replaced. And over here in case studies, we've got firearms, cameras, and hobbies and storage. So we got to install these right here. And over here in Custom Pro Cases, I've created a blog. So when you click over on more case studies, we're now at the case studies blog. And similar to, let's go to this camera one here. So this is basically, you're in the categories of camera. There's only one camera here. And when you click on it, this one actually has a video, and then it has some specs, and then the images. What we want to do is we want to download these images and then reproduce these specs. That's what I've done here, is added in these images. I've got the specs in a little bit different format here, and I've got this different, see also. So I can go to firearms from any page and then look at that. It's the same kind of thing, the specs. One of the things I've done a little bit differently than the Pelican shop is that this one's calling it out by case first. Pelican case, 1510 case with custom cut foam for a GoPro camera. Same with the firearms. This is a, see, I can't even see the headline here. I'm not sure where that headline is on this page. So this is again another bit of an improvement that we have. But this is the IM 3100 case with custom cut foam for the Perazzi gun. I've changed that a little bit up in that I put the Perazzi gun in first because I believe that people aren't really going to be familiar with Pelican cases, and what we're trying to sell is customization. So somebody's probably thinking more of, I've got this gun, this Perazzi gun, and I want to build a custom case. And so I'm putting the product first and then the case second, and then I've got a little bit different layout, but that's it. We just want to get these images so we can show these features and get that installed. And the way that we're going to do that, we've got this new blog called the Case Studies blog. And those are the two images there, the two products that I've got installed in there. And essentially what we want to do is we just want to duplicate. So let's go back to the Pelican case, and let's do this, maybe we'll do a different category. Let's go hobbies. And so we've got two in there. And so let's do one for this Mad Lab industrial drone. So let's do that one there. So the first thing I want to do is in the Dropbox, I've got the categories under case studies. So camera case, firearms, and then there's a Perazzi gun, and then the images downloaded there. So we're going to create a new category, a new folder here called hobbies and Mad Lab. Let's just call this one Mad Lab. And then we'll click on it here. And then what we want to do is we want to download these images. Now, the big problem with this site is that it's not secure, and it was part of one of the reasons why we also wanted to rebuild the site, because it's a Drupal site. It was going to be hard to secure. And I found problems with Chrome and trying to download these images. So what I want to do is I want to download these images. So if I open Save Image As, and then I go over here. So I get this failed network error, and that is, the best I can figure is that's due to Chrome. And so I'm going to right click and open image in a new tab. And then I'm going to grab that. And what I found actually is Firefox will actually allow me to download it. And there's our image, so we're good to go with that. So that's what we want to do, is we want to download all these images. So grab the URL, go to a different browser, paste that in. It's cool, huh? I want one of those. All right, so I have downloaded all the images. And then the next thing I want to do, so I'm looking at these images, 720 by 481. So we're not worrying about sizing this in any way. We just want to make sure that these are all coming in pretty good. They're not too big, 309. I am going to run them through image optimization here just to be sure. Well, we did knock them down quite a bit. So now that those are installed, let's go back and look at this. So this is, again, I'm going to go get the title here. So this is let's create this, let's duplicate this product. So down here, I'm going back to the one that we already have. I'm going to duplicate it. And then what it's going to do is open it up as a copy. And so this is where we're going to want to basically do the same thing, but now with the, so let's call this MadLab Industries Drone. A longer longer title than I'd like, but I think it does the job. Mentioning Pelican Case in there just because Pelican cases are a big part of it. Okay, so the next thing that's in there is what's called a tag cloud, and that's because we duplicated it. And the way that works is it's a block, so you can add different blocks, right? And in this case, you can add what's called a tag cloud, and it's selecting this blog. So you pick which tags you want to get, and it's selecting the blog. And then if I scroll down here, what I'm showing is all the categories sorted by alphabetical, and at the most I want to show 5 tags. We're only going to have 4 categories, I believe there were. So what this is going to do is just going to give us a kind of like a navigation, so we can go back to all the products based on the different tags. This is that table, and the way this table works is this is the left cell and this is the right cell with this little pipe is what they call it. It's above the return key on your keyboard. And so you do left cell, right cell, left cell, right cell, and then you turn that into a table with this ~TBL. So that's a Squarespace hack that I wrote to create tables out of bullets. So pretty cool. And then this is a gallery. And so let's go back through here and let's go to our product. Let's get our specs. So opening up the text box there to paste this in so that we don't add in any extra funky characters. Notice how there's a link, and that's going to MadLab Industries. That's also going to the Pelican Case. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to eliminate the links. We're not going to include the links because we don't really want people leaving our site. We don't want to make it easy because people will get distracted easily. If they really want to go find it, they can figure that out. They can go and search for that. We want to kind of direct the experience and any kind of information. A lot of times, somebody has from my experience, at least with these products and the cases, a lot of times they have the product and what they're looking for is for the Pelican shopper, in this case Custom Pro Cases, to help find the right case and the right customization. And so we don't want the visitor running all over the place, so we're not going to include any of those links. We'll include the information, but really, again, not the links. So foam type. And then for the gallery, we're going to edit this gallery. And then we're just going to delete the ones that are there. Now back with the ones that we saved, we're just going to drag those into the gallery. Apply. Now, this does happen a lot in Squarespace where it won't necessarily show it right here. So this is in the category of firearms. So I'm going to, it's not firearm, it's hobbies, right? When I click categories here, so I click that little X to remove that one. I'm going to click plus, and right now we have cameras and firearms. We need to create a new one for hobbies. And then if I see, now we got that. So let's save and publish this, reload. So we forgot something. So this is our new one, the MadLab Industries. Let's go back to the MadLabs one. In options, so we duplicated it, so we're still seeing the other one. So in options, we got to add this here. So we need to pick probably the representative image for this category. Let's go see what they're, so they're showing the box here. So let's find that exact same one. Yeah, that one. So unlike in other things where we're not really putting a short description here, so let's save that. There we go. Notice how we've got our new, now hobbies is now in our C also. There's a little table. There's our images. Now, one of the things that we're not seeing in any of these that we'll see in like the firearms, and I want to show you how to do that. In this one, notice below it says fit for Peruzzi trap set, logo etching, right? Let me show you where that's at. So when I edit it here, it's going to pop up a little window to edit in. If I edit it here, it's editing it here, which is a bigger version. So if I go back to this gallery and click on, there we go, logo etching. So if we see any details that are applied there, see, that's the content we're putting in the title, logo etching. So that's the other thing, is if we've got any additional information that's going against the image, let's be sure to put that in. And that's it. That's really all we need to get these set up. The one thing I noticed too, is I just don't want to forget to point out, is that if you come to the case studies, now this is a different browser because I've cached it, but let's say I go to the case studies, or you go to the case studies, and you're going to see no images coming up. And that's because the images are not secure. And what I had to do is I had to like open an image in a new tab, and then it's telling me privacy, and I had to go to advanced and say proceed. And once I did that once, then the images come up. So I don't want to forget to mention that you may have to do that process to get the images to come up. And then don't forget that Chrome, at least, if you're having a problem, you're downloading them and you're thinking you're downloading and you're not finding the image, it was because of that issue that I showed you before. And I use Firefox, and that's the only, that's another workaround. So keep that in mind. And that's how we do that.